I think y'all can hear me now. It's a lot I wanted to tell you. But first things first, this means nothing. It tells you nothing about yourself. You'll love nothing. You'll become nothing. It feels nothing. This might make you feel a certain way, but trust me, this piece of paper didn't feel nothing. Your life will be nothing if you devote it to this. You may have the cars, you may have a big house, go to parties and fast cars. But unless you have this, you won't have this. Unless you have this, you won't obtain that. Unless the energy you give behind when you use that specific piece of paper, when you use this, you won't love yourself. You may love what it gets you. You may love the people it attracts around you, but they won't love you either. They'll love that. See, I ripped up that money not because the money was bad. It's because what I did with the money, it wasn't bad. See, people use money to buy things. People use money to get power. People use money to control people, to manipulate people, to grasp things in your life. But people don't use money to change, do it. You can only change yourself from the inside. And money is something that's from the outside. You see this sunlight that shines on my face? That's what we need. You see my plants? Let me show you guys my plants. I'm gonna give you a tour. This is the snake. This is the snake plant, and I am combating it with this root, with this weed, so that when it rains, the weed can absorb most of the water, so that the snake plant won't get overhydrated, because it died that way the one last time. You can see where I had to cut it off. You can see where I had to cut it off. I have cactuses. They've bit me a lot. I have my sunflower weed. It's still in rehabilitation, but it's getting there. It is getting there. And we have this. We have this. We have this. It's actually overflowing. We have peppers. Lovely peppers. And we have tomatoes. Tomatoes. However you say it, bro. That's what we... Shit. That's what we need. That's what Most High put us here to to love, to experience, to help us grow as we grow along with our plants, to help us learn new lessons. But people in your life see you doing these things, they'll hate you from a distance. They'll try to watch to see what you'll do next. They'll try to make it seem like you're in the wrong, make it seem like you're crazy, make it seem like you don't know what you're doing or the path you're taking in your life. They're trying to make it seem like you're confused. But the only person who's confused is them. They're confused. Why do you have so much tenacity? Why are you still doing this? Why haven't you given up? Why aren't you sad? Why isn't he depressed? Why doesn't he blame everyone for what they've done to him? Why does he not talk about the people who's talked about him behind his back? Because unlike some people, not you, but unlike some people, because I know those people are the ones who are watching this video as well. Unlike you, that person right there who's wondering why, who's confused on why I haven't gave up, because I'm crazy. You see, in order to be successful in this world, you have to be the weird one. Being weird is a success in life. Being called crazy, being the oddball, being the black sheep, that's success. Being able to isolate yourself and not follow what everyone else doing, not be a follower in a group, but become a leader, you must be alone. You must be that person that everybody else is not. You must be that person that while everybody else is going that way, you're going that way. But in order to do that, you will have a lot of challenges. You will have a lot of problems that you will have to solve. You will have a lot of obstacles that will be in your way, because people don't like what's different. Because what's different gives them the choice of fear, and they choose it every time. They choose to believe that you'll be better than them one day. They choose to believe that they'll fail and you'll eventually succeed. They choose these things, but they have the choice to see it as a good thing, but yet they don't. Why, you ask? Because you'll never stop. They think that when they want to do something successful in their life, they'll look at someone else successful in their life and they'll do what they do. But they see you being successful at only what you do. They see you getting better and better at only something that they know that you can do. So it brings them fear. It leaves them without an identity, and their self-doubt starts to fall. Their self-doubt starts to rise in their life. They'll start to doubt everything. So they'll start to fear you. And what you fear, you cannot control, and you seek to destroy. These people are in chains, and they'll fight you for you not to give them the key. These people are stuck, and they'll fight you not to lend them a hand. And while these people have been laughing behind your back, have been laughing at you, have been criticizing you and talking about what you've done, you have been doing what God put you here for. While they do the same things every day, you do the same things, but somehow you're rising and they're falling. Tell me how? Because the energy behind what you're doing, you're putting love behind what you do every day. You're putting ability, a belief. You're putting hope, faith. You're putting peacefulness. You're putting humbleness, and you're showing gratitude for what you do every day. While these people, it stresses them out. To do the same thing every day will stress them the hell out because they don't love what they do. They don't see what they do as something that God will see as successful in life. See, some of these people think that God is always judging you. I think they believe they're gods. Some of these people think that God is always gonna blame you for your wrongs. And it's always, see, some people like, oh, it's your fault. You don't have to take the self-credibility for yourself. You have to blame yourself for everything that happens to you in life. People say that. When you blame yourself, what are you blaming yourself for? Are you blaming yourself for failure? I know you're not. Are you blaming yourself for what others do to you? Are you blaming yourself for what you've done, your mistakes? See, blame in itself is never accountability. Because to blame someone for something, that thing you blamed them for has to already happen. So that's it fact. That's a fact that you're not taking accountability by blaming yourself, others, because that blame comes from what happened in the past. That image that you portray upon someone's life, that disgrace, that negative feeling that you feel about someone else or feel about yourself, that happened in the past. And what people don't know is that taking accountability does not have anything to do with blame. It's your fault. It's my fault. It's his fault. Taking accountability has to do with problem solving and forgiveness and the ability to moving on. And forgiveness, you don't have to forgive others. You can forgive yourself. And by forgiving yourself for trusting these people, you're able to forget about the feeling it gave you. But what you can remember is the lesson. So once you forget that it makes you feel bad, that lesson in the future that's from the past will make you now, will make you feel right now, will make you feel happy, glad, gratified, gratitude that I've learned a lesson and I'm able to move on. I'm not dead, am I? I'm able to move on from this. I'm able to learn from this. I'm able to not let this happen again because this happened in my life. Not sit there and I have to do this because of he did that. I have to do this because I did that. Now you're going to repeat that cycle because those negative emotions will turn into vibrational frequencies. And that vibrational frequency will affect your body. It'll affect what you see, feel, touch, and hear. And once you've trained your mind, once you've manipulated yourself into believing this fact, into believing that this is their fault, this is your fault, this is this fault, it'll be their fault again. It'll be your fault again. It'll be this thing's fault again, over and over again. And you won't be able to, you'll be blind You won't be able to know what accountability is anymore. You won't be able to spot the lessons from what happens anymore, because you'll be too busy trying to figure out why, how, where, when it happened. You won't be figuring out what changed, what now. And so now your energy go towards that negative place in life. And when your energy go towards that negative place in life, what happens now does not matter to you. You're just going with the flow, like a zombie or AI, so to say. Your brain would take on a facade, and that mask will come on. When you see someone else taking accountability for their life, your mask will come on, and that smile on the inside, it will be a grin. On the inside, it will take place, and it will create chaos in your mind. And then you'll have to ask yourself why. Because you can't have the gratitude enough. You can't bring up the strength enough in your mind to ask them why. At that. Because something in that deep down in your heart know that I already know the answer. I just can't tell myself. I already know why. I just can't tell myself. I already know. But you'll blind yourself. You'll even love people blindly, because you won't understand that you want what someone else have. See, that's why there are a lot of people in this world who have less than you, but you still want what they have. Because you don't understand where their happiness comes from. So as soon as they do something successful in your life, you think that they're now happy. When they was happy when they was working towards that success. They was happy even after that success. But you think that success is what made them happy. So now you'll want their success because you see how happy they are with it. Peace don't come from things outside of yourself. You express peace from the inside out. You express love from the inside out. Loving yourself is loving others, because you love the fact that God created a human being. So loving the fact that God created a human being, you're loving the fact that God created all human beings. You understand what I'm saying? That don't mean you have to do what everybody say. You don't have to tag at people's coattail and grab at people's coattail and be a he say, she say type of guy, type of girl. You can have boundaries. You can have things that people have to respect. You can have things about yourself that people have to earn from you. You don't necessarily have to be weak, because everything that God created was strong enough to grow. You feel me? These tall trees you see was once in the ground. Do you understand that? These cars you see was once pieces of metal. These houses you see was once wood. This money was once chemicals. That wasn't even trees. This money that you have was once chemicals. So everything is forming from the inside out. Everything is forming from the down up in a spiral motion. And as it spirals, it don't cycles. The spiral grows. That's why my hair look like this. Yeah, your life should grow no matter what position you're put in. You will always grow if you love it. Because that love is that spiral energy. And growth is that spiral being able to rise in frequency. People like me will always be here. Prophets, spokesmen, chosen ones, indigo spirits, star seeds will always be here. No matter what anyone tries to tell you, no matter what anyone says, no matter what they do, we'll always be here. And that's what makes the people mad. That's what makes most people mad. Because they know that no matter where they are in their life, there will always be a person to do something different. There will always be a person to be that light. To be that guiding light in a dark world. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you're a spiritualist, if you're a speaker, if you're a promotional, inspirational speaker, if you're a motivational speaker, if you're a teacher out there, if God haven't made you walk on water, I bet you probably in the space of your life where everything seems like a lie, but you have it all though. You are in a successful place, but you still feel like there's more you need to do. You have these people, you probably have like haven't had many obstacles in your life. You probably just had a lot of people tell you that you can't do something. But there wasn't actually people who came in your life just to down you. No, it wasn't. There wasn't people in your life who came to stop you, to stray you from your path. The devil has not focused on you. The devil has not been present in your life. Let me tell you why. Because those Romans who came to kill Yahweh, they have not made you walk on water. They have not made you part that Red Sea. No, they haven't. See, you haven't came into a personal moment in your life where you had to do a miracle, where you had to make a miracle happen. No. You probably got broke, got a job, got a car, and you say you're up now. You probably have been broke and you sold some weed, you sold a whole bunch of weed to where now you can buy that watch and you're up now. You probably signed a deal, a 360 deal where they fuck you, but you have a lot of money and you are famous now, but you're not chosen. See, these things that happen in your life happens for a reason. And trust me, if you're a good person and you have a lot of bad shit happen to you in your life, you'll eventually have to walk on water. Like I did. You'll eventually have to do something so amazing, so horrific, so unbelievable that they'll be like, how is he still alive? I'll tell you how. God told me to walk, and I stood up. God told me to run, and I caught my breath. When God told me to swim, I walked on water. Peace.